This is Jim Morris, Supervisor of Testing for Garrett County. Today's training is for school staff regarding HSA Government and High School MISA Science to be given in the spring. The HSA schedule is May 7th through June 7th for online, but paper assessments must be completed by May 24th. Principals and/or school test coordinators will create a schedule for the HSA that will suit each school, an individual school schedule that works the best during the days of testing. HSA testing times for High School MISA and HSA Government are shown. Each subject test is 5 sessions of 40 minutes each. These are to be completed during a regular class period over 5 days. For HSA, the entire amount of time which will be indicated in the test administrator's manual must be given. Unlike PARCC, the testing time cannot stop early, even if everyone is done. For each test, there will be a test administrator's manual. On the screen is a cover for High School MISA. For online testing in Government and MISA, the test examiner will receive a test administrator's manual, student testing tickets, seal codes, and a session roster for students to sign at the end of testing. For paper pencil test, the test examiner will receive a test administrator's manual and a student test book. HSA test directions that the teachers give to the students are scripted. In bold type, it indicates exactly what the test examiner needs to read to the students with the icon "Say" beside the script. Anything in italic print is information for the test examiner, but not read aloud to the students. Thus, everything is scripted. Test examiners cannot stray from the script. Last year, the Maryland HSA app was introduced for testing. The Maryland HSA app will be used for high school Government and High School MISA. IT will or already has pushed out the app to the PC desktops and laptops. For PCs, students will log onto the computers with their own login accounts given to them by the schools. Once the students log into the computers, the Maryland HSA app will appear on the desktop. The students will simply click on the app and the test login screen will appear like the one on the screen. From here, the students will log into the test using the student testing tickets like we have used in the past. For High School MISA Science, students will be tested in the areas of life, physical, and earth space science. The assessment items are in a lab set format with 10 lab sets to complete. For a graduation requirement, High School MISA for this spring, students only have to participate. Next year, students must pass the assessment to graduate. For HSA Government, the assessment covers the Maryland Social Studies standards and is a graduation requirement. For Government, students must pass the assessment or complete bridge plans. Any student not passing the old HSA Biology in 2016-17 and 2017-18 must participate in the High School MISA to meet the high school graduation requirement. For years during testing, there have been allowable and non-allowable aids. The list of prohibited aids is meant to be instructive and not all-inclusive. Prohibited aids must be removed or covered up. A rule of thumb: if you think an aid is not going to be allowed, it probably isn't, so cover it up anyhow. This is the list of some allowable and prohibited aids, materials, and resources. Please read and take note of any you may have in the testing environment. These personal materials and other related items must not be in the possession of persons in the testing environment. A test examiner may use the cell phone as a timing device only during testing. HSA still uses seal codes to unlock sessions of the test. Seal codes prevent students from continuing on to the next section until permitted and prevent students from going back to previous sessions to make adjustments. The test administrator's manual will indicate when to use seal codes and which ones to use, first, second, third, etc. Please review and be familiar with IEPs and accommodations of students. Also, make sure the student has the correct student authorization ticket. If there is a testing problem, report it to the school test coordinator. The student test may be invalidated. If you have any students taking a paper test, large print or braille, please make sure the demographics on the answer sheet are completed properly. At the end of the 5th session, all students must sign the student roster form, which will be given to you at the beginning of testing. Practice tests for HSA Government and High School MISA Science are available online at the URL on the screen. There are specific usernames and passwords for each assessment. These practice assessments can even be done at home with parents. This is the end of the assessment training for HSA. Your school test coordinator will give you the MSDE Test Administration and Certification of Training form that you must sign and return to your school test coordinator. This is what the MSDE Test Administration and Certification of Training form looks like. Your signature on the form means that you have been through some type of assessment training and that you will administer the HSA assessments in a professional manner. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for your time.